What's happening, guys? Sam Adams here, and welcome to a brand new episode of The Drop, the weekly show where I let you know the hottest games coming out across the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the PC, the Switch, whatever they might be coming out on, we will talk about them right here. This week, The Surge 2 is our headliner, coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC, on top of other titles like FIFA 20, Contra, Rogue, Core, Code Vein, and more. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. First off, we have our headliner, The Surge 2, coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC. On the way to Jericho City, your plane is shot down by a mysterious storm and crash lands in the outskirts. You wake up weeks later in a derelict detention facility inside the city. Armor-clad soldiers enforce martial law, robots are on a rampage, and a dark, expanding nanostorm looms over the cityscape. In a bid to survive, explore the sprawling, devastated city of Jericho, fight its numerous ferocious threats in brutal, unforgiving combat, slashing and tearing the limbs off of your opponents to steal valuable equipment that will make you stronger enough to face the most fearsome, imposing foes lurking in the city. With an expanded arsenal of weapons, armors, abilities, implants, and drones to build your character, and a bigger, more varied, and more ambitious world, The Surge 2 challenges you to survive and unravel its hidden secrets. And of course, some features. You have hardcore, brutal melee combat, you'll face off against deadly foes and colossal bosses, you'll cut off parts of the enemy you want for loot, and of course there is rich character progression and customization. If you're looking for a blend of Dark Souls, Horizon Zero Dawn, and on top of that something entirely new, then The Surge 2 is certainly one to check out this week when it launches on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC. Next up, we have FIFA 20 coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC. Powered by Frostbite, EA Sports FIFA 20 for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC brings two sides of the world's game to life: the prestige of the professional stage and the new authentic street football experience in EA Sports Volta. FIFA 20 innovates across the game. Football Intelligence unlocks an unprecedented platform for gameplay realism. FIFA Ultimate Team offers more ways to build your dream squad, and EA Sports Volta returns the game to the street with an authentic form of small-sided football. Make note of the fact that in the description there is mention of the PS4, Xbox One, and PC versions of the game, no mention of the Nintendo Switch version, likely because it's not running on Frostbite. But with that being said, just take that into account whenever you go and pre-order your game or pick it up on day one, if you do so choose. Now, of course, one of the big headline features of this year's game is the fact that Volta is returning for those that are fans of the street soccer, but essentially FIFA is the go-to game for fans of football if you do want to dive into the gaming side of that sport. Of course, the main competition is eFootball PES 2020. If you did want to pick that one up, it came out a couple of weeks back. But overall, if you like FIFA, then FIFA 20 is launching this week on the PS4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC. Next up, we've got Contra Rogue Core coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC as well. Contra is back. 2 years after the Alien Wars ended, the damned city erupts from the final battleground. From the midst of the chaos, a group of scoundrels emerge. They might not be typical heroes, but they are here to save the world or get rich trying. Featuring action-packed battles, customizable gear, gigantic bosses, and explosive multiplayer action. You have local and online co-op action for up to 4 players, 4 outrageous characters, each with their own weird style and colorful attitude. You can build over 100 weapons and augment your character with bionic body parts earned in mission. There's character progression, weapon development, and customization that ensure extensive replayability, and of course there are crazy new heroes and big bosses that join the Contra universe. For those that might be looking at the gameplay here saying, Sam, that doesn't look like Contra. You are correct. This is a new take on the franchise, one that we have never really seen before, if you were curious as to why you were looking at a game that is clearly not classic Contra. With that being said, the gameplay itself lends itself to being a Contra game. I think that it could be a good fit. I'm very hesitant going into this one, and of course, hardcore fans of old school Contra probably not going to be digging this one too much. But if you do want to check out Contra Rogue Core, it's coming out this week on the PS4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC. And finally, to round out this week's big releases, we have Code Vein coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC. In the face of certain death, we rise. In the not-too-distant future, a mysterious disaster has brought collapse to the world as we know it. Towering skyscrapers, once symbols of prosperity, are now lifeless graves of humanity's past, pierced by the thorns of judgment. At the center of the destruction lies a hidden society of revenants called Vein. This final stronghold is where the remaining few fight to survive, blessed with gifts of power in exchange for their memories and a thirst for blood. Give into the bloodlust fully and risk becoming one of the lost. Fiendish ghouls devoid of any remaining humanity. Wandering aimlessly in the search of blood, the lost will stop at nothing to satisfy their hunger. Team up and embark on a journey to the ends of hell to unlock your past and escape your living nightmare in Code Vein. Make no mistake, Code Vein, from the UI to the gameplay, is a Dark Souls game. It looks like a Dark Souls game, has a vibe of a Dark Souls game. That's what you're going to be getting from this one. In fact, if you play The Surge 2, then you're probably going to be enjoying Code Vein because there are a lot of similarities between those two as well. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. The game itself doesn't look to be too shabby. Not necessarily my cup of tea, since Dark Souls games keep me awake at night in fear of what is going to happen to me whenever I boot the game up on my PS4. But with that being said, Code Vein still looks like a pretty interesting entry into the lineup for the week, so if you do want to pick it up, it's coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC. And now we have a slew of honorable mentions to dive into this week. First off, Dead by Daylight is coming to the Nintendo Switch, along with Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition, Teslagrad, Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition, as well as Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3 on top of Missplosion Man. That's a lot of games coming to the Nintendo Switch this week, so if you picked up a Switch Lite last week, you are in luck for this week. Of course, your wallet isn't, but your gaming habits are. And of course, finally, Tropico 6 is coming out on the PS4 and the Xbox One after a lengthy stay on PC. But that rounds out today's episode of The Drop. If you did enjoy this one, drop me a like down below, and in the comments section, let me know what games caught your eye, what you might be picking up at the store this week. And on top of that, if you don't already, subscribe to the channel and stay up to date and informed throughout the week with the hottest gaming news, and of course, catch The Drop every single Sunday. But until next week, you guys have a fantastic rest of this week. I will talk to you soon, and peace.